I'm Lauren Green, and you're in the Strategy Room. As Republican presidential candidates look to build support for their candidacies, the Tea Party movement is looking to have influence over who is the nominee. A strong political force in 2010 and 2012, political insiders say that Tea Party has lost its luster among some Republicans. Here with reaction are political strategists David Mercer and Brad Blakeman. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to be with you.
Brad, let me start with you because the Tea Party really is strongest among the Republicans. You know, is it still influential though?
No, it's not as influential as it was when it first became part of the political scene. Their political influence has waned. They're too extreme. They call themselves a party, yet they aren't a party. They don't have infrastructure, centralized leadership. They don't run as Tea Party candidates. They run as Republicans. So the fringe of both parties doesn't speak for the party. The Republican Party needs to be mainstream in order to win. The Tea Party is a fringe. And as such, sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the oil, but at the end of the day, they don't have the influence they had at their inception.
Okay, and David, from your perspective, does the Tea Party still have some influence over the Republicans?
They absolutely do, but need I say any more? Brad covered it when it comes to the Tea Party, and that's reflected in the numbers that we see in a recent Pew Poll that shows that even among Republicans, the favorability of the Republican Party has dropped 18 points. That's among Republicans, you know, and if you take the historical context over the last few presidential elections, they're starting with only 211 electoral votes compared to Democrats who are starting at 327 electoral votes going into a presidential campaign. So they can't afford any more attrition in internal combat, you know, between the Tea Party and the establishment wing of the party. They have to come together and coalesce if they want to overcome what is already a negative deficit starting out in a presidential election. And the debates will be very interesting to see on Thursday, whether or not there's that internecine battle going on or whether they're speaking to the entirety of the American public and solutions for what may be challenges to us.
You know, Brad, David brings up a good point because the GOP frontrunner Donald Trump seems to be appealing to Tea Party activists. I mean, he's way ahead in the polls right now. At least a Fox News poll, but is that why he is doing so well? Is because of the Tea Party?
No, I think Donald Trump has hit populist themes. He's identified the problem, but it's the way he's gone about solving those problems. There is no there. And like the Tea Party, he's a straw man. Because when is a political candidate not one? When he doesn't have the infrastructure and he doesn't behave like a candidate. He says he's a self-funder, yet he hasn't segregated personal funds and tell us how much he's donating of his own money into the campaign. Where's the grassroots? So you can't get to the presidency solely by earned media. You need the infrastructure of a campaign. You need the accoutrements of a campaign, none of which Donald Trump has. And most importantly, who are the people who are advising Donald Trump? I don't know who his military advisor is, economic advisor. You haven't seen anybody behind the curtain because there's nobody there.
Wow, interesting. You know, I want your predictions. I want to start with you, David. Will the Tea Party support, make or break a candidate's run for the White House? David?
I think it will, and it will also alter what that potential nominee says now or through the primaries, which could ill affect their positioning in a general election. And the big question when you reference Donald Trump is Donald Trump, if he does marry with the Tea Party that has grassroots, you could call it a very challenging year for Republicans and warding off a Trump candidacy going into a GOP convention in the summer.
All right, Brad, your take on that?
The only way Donald Trump dusts things up because he's not going to be the Republican nominee is if he goes independent and becomes a quote-unquote Tea Party person and runs as an independent as a Tea Party person or something else. And he can be a spoiler, but that's about it. Donald Trump is not a Republican because if he was, he wouldn't have supported Hillary Clinton and others. It's not just business, it's about principle.
All right, I want to thank you so much, David Mercer and Brad Blakeman. You want to check out foxnews.com for more on the 2016 presidential race. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.